Drop. Just catch yourself, and then see if you can push yourself back. Yeah! Okay. And then back again. Do it again. Yeah, and again. Let's rep it out. Amazing. Yeah, you're sinking down lower. I love it. Now, yeah, man. See, this is gold. Because what you're going to do is you're going to start conditioning your body. It's okay to be on the floor. Because usually for the average, let's say, office worker, a business person, the only time they're on the floor is if they fall. Why would you go on the floor? Right? Like what, you're playing with your kid or your dog or you fell down. So you're conditioning yourself. You're like, okay, yeah, like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then little by little, you're going to go lower. Your feet up in the air. There's so many variations. The floor is the base. Aligned and dialed in. You ever been to the Chiro, bud? No? Okay, well, in short, chiropractic means done by hand in Greek. And what we do is we locate, analyze, and correct areas of the spine that are out of alignment. When the spine goes out of alignment, it pushes on the nerve, it hurts. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. ¿Cuántos series, amigo?
Llevo dos.
Dos, ok. Dos más. Respira. Bien, rico. Exhala. Si necesita poner hielo, aquí un ejercicio otro. Respira. Exhala. Bien, ¿no? El ajuste es un reset del sistema nervioso. Sí, exhala. El otro lado, señor. Y más movimiento hoy. Respira. Exhala. Rico. Ven para acá, por favor. Y los pies puede...
¿Derechos?
Sí, derechos. Bien. Más abiertos, sí. Sí. Codo. Los codos para empujar, para abiertos. Sí. Y aquí, en el pecho. Y respira. Stay there. Peso en los pies. Pecho arriba. Respira. Seguro esta posición. 1 minuto. 1, 2, 3, vamos. ¿Cómo se llama su niño?
Ricardo.
Ricardo, ven acá, señor. Vamos a ayudar a papá. Pon su pie aquí, para él no caer atrás. Aquí, en el medio, aquí.
La más atrás para que no me caiga.
Sí, perfecto. Pecho arriba. Foca en la respira. We're moving his spine, and then we're going to teach him little by little over the next couple of months how to keep it moving, right? How to keep motion, because it's like the teeth. If we don't like brush and floss all the time, man, we go to the dentist. Bravo. Ok, pon manos aquí en la frente. Pon manos en la frente. Sí, respira. Exhala. Y va para aquí. Otra vez. Sí. Ok, levántate. So when he stands up, to push through the heels. So like when he stands up, not to go forward, but to come up this way. Yes? Okay? Y regreso mañana, okay? También brazo. Shoulders loose. Shoulders loose. Beautiful, Madi. You're gonna come now onto your side facing me this way. Tell me to relax. Woo! Breath into and out. Hips dropped. Beautiful. And then on your back, sir. Beautiful. You iced.
Yeah, I did.
It's better today. It's not perfect, but it's better.
No.
These are the best invention ever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we just had a new patient come in, and she's visiting from New York, so super excited. She's here for the summer for care. She's had a lot of pain, a lot of stress in her life. It's really hard. She hasn't been able to find a good chiro out there. She's here for the summer. You know, this is her home in LA where she's from. She's got a lot of neck pain, a lot of tightness, a lot of lower back issues. And we just took a picture of her lower back. If we just looked at her lumbar spine in this position, it's fairly straight, and most docs would just pass over that, but she's got a tremendous amount of pain in her lower back. So what we had to do was kind of take that next step. And if you look at her coupled motion, when she bends to the left in the lower back, the vertebrae should bend and twist to the same side. Here she bends, and this vertebrae twists off to the other side, and it probably bends about 50% of normal there. So we call that coupled motion. it might sound kind of small and insignificant, but each vertebrae's got to move in exactly the right way in order for you to have fluidity and flexibility, be able to touch the ground, be able to reach up and do things without pain. So her lower lumbar vertebrae is not moving very well. This one moves about half, but it twists the wrong way. This one's towards midline. It's moving about 75% of normal. These two are doing better. We come over here to her right, and the bottom vertebrae barely bends to the right. It really just, this line matches up with the bone below. This one bends really good. It's twisting the right way. This one, these ones too, but those bottom two are not moving very well. So we're going to put together what's called a report of findings, a follow-up for her, where we can go over what her options are with care. One option is always to leave it alone. Another option is correction. Another option is what we call wellness, low and slow. Some people don't qualify for it, but it may be a starting point for some people. Some people absolutely qualify for wellness care when they start, which is phenomenal. We always want the less care, the better. We really want to get people on as little care as possible, but we have to make the underlying changes first. Take a pic of her neck as well, and things were not looking too hot here. You can see she's got a reverse cervical curve, and the brain is here, the brainstem sits here, and the spinal cord goes down here. And so her spinal cord has direct tension on. Instead of being relaxed, it's being pulled forward. It's going to account for a lot of problems like maybe headaches, neck pain, and a whole host of other issues, numbness, tingling, and a lot of people. She's even had some motor weakness, so really hoping we can help her. Stay tuned and we'll follow up.
But if you're hanging from a bar and you lift your legs up, before you do this, before you either come to here or start here and go here, all of your spinal muscles, well, look, if you get your legs from flat to even like a little bit up, all of your spinal muscles that go, little muscles that go from vertebrae to vertebrae to vertebrae, have to stabilize your spine. Because you, like, think about it, like, in order for your legs to move, the one point has to be fixed, right? And then from that point, those muscles can pull your hips up, right? Like pull your knees up. But if this part isn't fixed because you're hanging, right? So when you're on the floor, you have gravity holding you down onto the floor. Everything's fixed, relatively speaking. So yeah, it works like, even if you hang from a bar and you do this, you're doing infinitely better than you would on the floor.
And what did he send me to do?
Well, I found one on Amazon for like $20.
Oh, hey. Is that for the doorway?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Breathe in again. Hold it. And out. Beautiful, girl. Mm-hmm. Shoulders. I'll take it. Yeah. My daughter, the owners of the gym, she's there all the time. She grabbed this rope and started climbing. Like, my son's like, Dad, put me up on the rope. I was like, bro, it's kind of, let's take our time, you know, like rope, it's hard. Put me up on the rope. I go, bro, let's just, you know, it takes a lot of strength. Put me up on the rope. I put him up. He's like, let go. I'm like, no, bro, I'm going to hold you. Dad, let go. I know what I'm doing. He's like 5 years old. No, bro, Daddy's right here. Let go. Okay, buddy. Boom. You know? And he looks at me like, why'd you let go? But then I had to teach him, like, you know, it's not just the arm. It's a lot of strength, right? It's hard. So now we work our way up to it. And now he can actually hold on by himself. Horrible. So what you do is you chunk it down, right? And then you just, and you do like 5 of those, you know? And then the next day you go a millimeter farther, right? Can we get some, like, there we go, hands, yeah. Okay, we need to get this dude to yoga ASAP.
I know, right? There we go.
See the light of God in your eyes. He's hopeless. Let's go. And out. Shoulders loose. Wow. And breathe. Good morning.
Indeed.
L4, lower extremities, come on over this way. Breathing is on point. She's so in tune.
Practice.
How's your rib doing?
Hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ice it?
I did.
How's the swelling?
The swelling's down.
Okay, so it did go down a little bit. Did you do any hanging?
I did.
And how did that feel?
It didn't feel great, but it was okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And how is it with movement? Better, same, worse?
It's better, but I'm still scared.
Understood.
Yeah.
Have you thrown any punches or no?
Lightly.
You're just asking me. I should hold off, Dr. J. And then I was like, yeah, and you're like, good. I think so too. And then you threw some punches.
You have it back at home. It's fine.
That's all right. That's all right. Show me right now where it's hurting.
Okay, right there.
Got it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna turn this way actually. So hands relaxed. And then. Okay, so we're gonna go. Go ahead and use this hand if you could, or either hand, just to pull the breast down a little bit.
Okay.
And but you're right over where I need to be, so yeah, just like that. I'm gonna go here, a bit more. We're gonna breathe in, and all the way out. Breathe in again. Hold your breath, hold it. And out. You alright? Now, important to note, we're not going for a big crack. We're not going for a big release. I say crack because we don't want to crack the ribs, not because we want an adjustment. A little bit more, so pull the chest down for me again with one of your hands. Let this relax. Go. Big breath in. Hold. All right, come back. How did this happen again? Was it push-ups on a medicine ball?
It was.
Big breath in again. And out. Shoulders relax, chest relax. Breathe again. Hold your breath. Hold it. You all right? Big breath in again, Jay. And all the way out. Tummy relax, shoulders loose. Just like that. A little bit. I'm not going to go deep on that one because I can feel the inflammation. Tighten your abs. Breathe. Fall. Wow, big release. You all right?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, let's go on your back here. Slow breath in, Jay. Excellent. Doing good. We got the movement still inflamed. Drop there. Same thing, so hang out. Big breath in and hold it. Hold it. And out.
Yeah.
Ooh, breathe. That was a big one. Breathe. And out. Squeeze. Fall. Beautiful. Chest up.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
I felt that one.
More adjustment of all. Oh, my dear. All right, we just wrapped up another day at Active Health. Blessing to serve. We got to give, love, serve out of our own abundance. That's how we keep doing it. I do have a couple more questions for you, so thank you for tuning in. All right, so number one is Vlad Child. What's up, Vlad? He says, Dr. Jason, I have a question. It's okay to crack knees and elbows? Why chiros don't crack knees and elbows? First of all, bro, the only time I'm cracking your elbow is if you come at me. I'm going to put the smack down. I'm kidding, bro. So we don't crack elbows. We adjust elbows. We adjust knees. We adjust the spine, the extremities. And we do it. And the correct way to do it with the knees, with the extremities, is to make sure the muscles are firing properly and then to perform a specific scientific chiropractic adjustment. Because we can definitely adjust an elbow or a knee, but if there's a greater muscle imbalance, then with the extremities specifically, it's a lot more likely to go out of alignment again, whereas with the spine, adjusting the spine can correct money muscle imbalances. So we do adjust, man. We call it adjusting. And next is Rajani Hyslop says, I'm a radiologic technologist and I have a question about the x-rays you take. Why do you take P to A as opposed to A to P? And I'm going to break his question up. So P to A as opposed to A to P, and do right laterals as opposed to left. I'm interested in the reason behind it, thanks. Okay, so right laterals as opposed to left. He's saying, why do I have patients stand this way instead of stand this way? It's merely just a preference. Some doctors prefer one way over the other. A lot of times it's how we learned or started out. As far as P to A instead of A to P, and so what he's saying, how come we take x-rays posterior to anterior, meaning the back is against the bucky, versus anterior to posterior, meaning the chest is against the bucky? Well, what's going to happen is whatever is closest to the capture where we get the film is you're going to see more clearly. So if we wanted to see, for example, your chest, your lungs, we would put your lung fields next to the x-ray capture, the bucky. And if we wanted to see your spine, which we do, we're going to have you stand with your back like so. So we take the films A to P, but we actually look at them P to A. So we take them anterior to posterior. Medical doctors take them posterior to anterior because they're typically looking at soft tissues. Great question. Thank you for asking. I've got to do a follow-up with one of our practice members. I feel so blessed to do that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching DailyW.